Dear student, today we discuss 2012 UPSC CSAT papers. So first passage one is educations without a doubt has an important functionals, instrumentals and utilitarian dimensions. This is revalued when one asks questions such as what is the purpose of education? The answers too often are to acquire qualifications for employment's upward mobility. Wide higher in terms of incomes, opportunities, and to meet the need for trained human power in diverse field for national developments. But in a deepest sense, educator is not instrumentalized. That is to say, it is not to be justified outside of itself because it's lead to the acquisitions of formal skills or of certain desired psychological social attributes. It must be respected in itself. Education is this not a commodity to be acquired or possessed and then used, but a process of inestimable importance to individuals and society. Although it can and does have enormous use value, education then is a process of expansions and conversions, not in the sense of converting or turning students into doctors or engineers, but the widenings and turning out of the minds, the creations, sustenance, and developments of self-critical awareness and independence of thoughts. It is an inner process of moral intellectual developments. What do you understand by the fundamentalist view of education, instrumentalist view of educations? First, education is functionals and utilitarian in its purpose. Education is means to fulfill human needs. The purpose of education is to train the human intellects. Education is mean to achieve moral developments. So answer is A. Education is functionals and infiltrations in its purpose. Question number 2. According to the passage, education must be respected in itself because its help to acquire qualifications for employments, its help in upwards mobility and acquiring social status. It is an inner process of moral and intellectual developments. All the above statement is are correct. So question number 2 is C. It is an inner process of moral and intellectual development. Question number 3. Education is a process of in which students are converted into trained professionals. Opportunities for higher incomes are guaranteed. Individuals develop self-critical awareness and independence of thoughts. Qualifications for upward mobility are acquired. According to the passage, answer is C. Individuals develop self-critical awareness and independence of thoughts. So we go to passage 2. Chemical pesticides lose their role in sustainable agriculture if the pest evolves resistance. The evolutions of pesticides resistance is simply natural selections in actions. It is almost certain to occur when vast numbers of genetically variable populations are skills. One or few individuals may be unusually resistant, uh, perhaps because they possess an enzymes that can detoxify the pesticides. If the pesticide is applied repeatedly, each successive generations of the pest will contain a large proportions of resistant individuals. Pests typically have a high intensive rates of reproductions, and so as few individuals in the generations may give rise to hundreds or thousands in the next, and resistance spreads very rapidly in a populations. This problem was often ignored in the past, even though the first case of DDT resistant was reported as early as 1946. There is exponential increase in the numbers of invertebrates that have evolved resistance, and in the numbers of pesticide against which resistance has evolved. Resistance has been recorded in every family of arthropod pest, including diphterans such as mosquitoes and house flies, as well as bacteria, beetles, moths, wasps, fleas, lice, and some mites, as well as in weeds and plants pathogens. Take the Alabama leafworm, a mouth paste of cottons, as an example. If it has developed resistance in one or more regions of the world to Alden DDT, diadrine, endrines, lindens, and toxophene. If chemicals, pesticides brought nothings but problems, if their use was intrinsically and actually unsustainable, then they would already have fallen out of widespread use. This has not happened. Instead, their rate of production has introduced rapidly. The ratio of cost to cost of benefits of the individual's agricultural products has remained in favor of pesticide used. In the USA, insecticides have been estimated to benefit the agricultural products to the tune of around $5 for every $1 spent. Moreover, in many poor countries, the prospects of imminent mass starvations or of an epidemic diseases are so frightening that the social and health cost of using pesticides have to be ignored. In general, the use of pesticide is justiciable by objective measures such as life saved, economic efficiency of food productions, and total food produced in these very fundamental senses. Their use may be described as sustainable in practice. Sustainability depends on continually developed new pesticides that keep at least one step ahead of the pest. Pesticides that are less persistent, biodegradables, and some more accurately targeted at the pest. First question: the evolutions of pesticide resistance is natural selections in actions. What does it actually imply? It is very natural for many organisms to have pesticide resistance. Pesticide resistance among organisms is a universal phenomena. Some individuals in any given populations show resistance after the application of pesticides. None of the statements A, B, C given are correct. So question number 4 answer is C. Some individuals in any given population show resistance after the application of pesticide. So question number 5. With reference to the passage, consider the following statements. Use of chemical pesticide has become imperative in all the poor countries of the world. Chemical pesticide should not have any role in sustainable agriculture. One pest can develop resistance to many pesticides. Which of the statement given is are correct? Question number 5 answer is B. 3 only. That means one pest can develop resistance to many pesticides. Question number 6. Though the problems escalate with the use of chemical pesticide is known for a long time, their widespread use has not warned why. Alternatives to chemical pesticides do not exist at all. So new pesticides are not invented at all. Pesticides are biodegradables. None of the statements A, B, C are correct. Question number 6 answer is D. None of the statement is correct. So question number 7, how do pesticides act as agents for the selections of resistant individuals in any pest populations? It is possible that in a pest populations the individuals will behave differently due to their genetic makeups. Pests do possess the ability to detoxify the pesticides. Evolutions of pesticide resistance is equally distributed in pest populations. Which of the statement given is are correct? Question number 7 answer is B 1 and 2. It is possible that in a pesticide populations the individuals will behave differently due to their genetic makeups. Pests to possess the ability to detoxify pesticide. So question number 8, why is the use of chemical pesticide generally justified by giving the examples of poor and developing countries? Because developed countries can afford to do away with use of pesticides by adapting to organic farming, but it is imperative for poor and developing countries to use chemical pesticides. In poor and developing countries, the pesticide addresses the problems of epidemics, diseases of crops, and addresses the food problems. The social and health cost of pesticide use are generally ignored in poor and developing countries. So, question number 8 answer is C. That is only 2. In poor and developing countries, the pesticides addresses the problems of epidemics, diseases of crops, and fixes the food problem. Question number 9. What does the passage imply? Attractive options to chemicals, pesticides should be promoted. Too much use of chemical is not good for the ecosystems. There is no scope for the improvements of pesticides and making their use sustainable. Both statements A and B above is are correct. So answer is D. Both statements, alternative options to chemicals, pesticides should be promoted. And second, too much use of chemicals is not good for the ecosystems. Both are correct. So our today class was finished. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.